Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. Do subscribe, like, share, all that stuff. And I really do mean it. I'm calling out for help to spread the new way and these messages. So please do take a moment to take the link and put it somewhere else. Because if it's resonating for you, it's going to resonate with someone else. You never know who, but that is going to help families create more harmony and do amazing things. So please do go for it. So today I want to depathologize children who have no friends, children with social issues, for us to really look at what's going on. Because what I see is, in much of my work, you will see on my website, HeidiHosking.com, you can see True Essence profiles, and it talks about star, heart, and earth. And you can see we've all got different qualities in how we are, our physical health issues, what is great about us, our troubles in life all come under these, right? And so we've got certain children who are quite starry. They can lean towards ASD, ADHD, that type of picture. I don't pathologize children because actually there's so much light in these children. Now, the light in the star energy is children who know themselves so much. They will not sacrifice themselves. They will not shapeshift, and they will not people please to fit in, to have people around them to make them feel comfortable. And that is the light. That is, I know myself so well that I'm prepared to be alone if that's where it's at. And all of us are going to go through that if we're going the new way, to have those periods in our life where we feel alone, because the more we own our uniqueness, the more we go, oh, I'm not resonating with you, that I used to try and, shape shift to being able to match with you. It's not happening for me anymore. And we have periods of aloneness like that until we start to own this new uniqueness enough that we start to connect in with the more resonating people around us. Now, unfortunately, there's a lot of sheep out there, children and adults, who have cloaked themselves so much that it's hard for anyone who's standing there in their uniqueness to actually connect with anyone. It's like they need a lot of fish in the sea to really find someone that they might click with. So these children are the leaders in this, and they are going to only have a connection here and there where there's other starry children generally. Sometimes it's heart children who see the starriness in them and vice versa. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But the main thing to remember is there's nothing wrong with your child. And there's been conditioning since day dot that your child should have friends, especially if they've got a sibling that does like to connect with kids. They've already gleaned our energy. It's like, oh, friends, how great, excellent. That would be wrong, because we carry this conditioning that you should have friends and you should have plenty, and your life is only going well when you've got friends. They catch out like this when we say, did you sit with anyone at lunch today? Oh no, I sat by myself. They're already clocking. Oh my gosh, my heart is hurting as a mother. And of course it should be, because we want our children to be received in the world. We want them to have friends. We want other people to like their beautifulness, right? And so as we go along with that, you are it. This is the message in my book. It's the main thread in understanding that everything that's going on out there is an opportunity to look at something within yourself. And when you work with that, things shift. Either you shift and let out all your sads that your child doesn't have friends and they're alone and oh my gosh, and then you're fine because you've let it go, that you come to a peace after that to go, they're okay, they're fine. And you start to see they're fine. I was projecting my hurts onto them, but they're fine. They're fine being alone. And this is the thing to remember. These starry children are fine being alone. They do crave connection, yes, but they're also fine being alone, especially for now in this, time. So the other thing that can happen is, as you let all your stuff out, there is no charge of that. And so then it can shift and your child meets someone and that they then are received. So that's the biggest thing, is to keep remembering, is to come back. How do I feel about my child not having friends? You must keep working through that, particularly about anything back there in your childhood about not having friends. Or maybe you did have a lot of friends and this is breaking your heart to think, oh my gosh, there's something wrong with my child because they don't have friends. And that hurt every time any scene comes up about your child saying, I didn't have any friends, or I, didn't connect, or the teacher said I needed to find some friends, even in homeschooling groups, whatever it is, any scene that comes up to do with having friends, or brother comes in, I found a new best friend, etc. I got invited to a party. That's another scene. How do you feel as a mother? And keep on going inwards with that. So In saying that, these are the starry children in the light. Now, there's many children in the heart energy that are actually in the shadows, the shapeshifters and the people pleasers. I will throw pieces of myself away so I can have connection and people around me. That makes me feel safe. When I've got people who like me, or even they may not be great friends who show a lot of liking, but people around me. And, many people will do crazy stuff to have people around them, even if those people actually don't treat them respectfully or nicely. Thinking of like a domestic violence relationship, I feel like I need this person for safety, even though I'm not actually getting anything, beautiful from that. So that's the nth degree, but these heart children, whilst they may have a lot of friends around them, it's also to remember that there's only certain kids that are actually their true match. There's plenty that are not. And to remind them too, it's okay to have less friends. Which ones do you actually resonate with the most? Which ones are your soul brothers and sisters where you're like, oh yeah, I can really be myself, and getting those kiddies to actually, come into that to go, yeah, it feels really nice when I'm with this kid, and being able to notice actually I'm not so comfortable with this kid. And that's that inner feeling that trust your children do have. They may not notice where they throw pieces of themselves away and where they shapeshift, but they will notice I'm not feeling so comfortable with this child. Even though they may be a great friend, but this one makes me feel more comfortable and more open to, being my crazy self or saying my opinions or whatever it is that, they may tuck away with someone else. Now, of course, you are it. Coming back to then a mum, yourself, how do you feel? How many friends have you got around you right now? Are you having more of a season of life? I talk about in the book too, in seasons of life, where you're more inwards because you're literally struggling to find people to connect with. That is a normal thing for women of the new way. Let's depathologize ourselves as we start to find our uniqueness. We start to realize I don't really want to connect with these people. They aren't energizing me. You will have to have a period first, generally, without so many connections that are really resonating, until you start to get into, I'm okay, I'd rather stand alone than put myself in that crowd where I don't fit in. This is what these starry children are doing. And when you have that space and you've let go of the need, the attachment for people around you, then other people will start to siphon in, which are much more energizing. So that's the main thing, is to keep remembering to practice that yourself and noticing, where do you tuck pieces of yourself away to connect? Where does someone make a comment and you don't want to say something because you know it won't get received? Where do you change your outfit before you go out with a certain person because you know you need to change, to fit with them? Where do you start to get into gossip because you know that's the only way you can connect with them? All of these things is a learn for yourself, and talking out loud to your children about this process. It's 100% important. So your children can start to see mom is doing this work, and their souls will go tick, and they will start to shift and change in all sorts of ways because they have gone, yeah, you needed to go first, mum. If you're only trying to hold this space and teaching your children, there's a massive piece missing because you are it. So it's like a video game character trying to change the other characters who are non-playing characters. They're just prescribed to da 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 da, say or do something. You have to change from within to really then the other characters go, yeah, okay, well, this character's showing up differently now. Now I can meet them in a different way. I hope that makes sense. So go away, keep owning your heart, having heart for yourself and what it feels like to be a mother of a child who doesn't have many friends, who doesn't easily connect, or who just doesn't have children like them around them. And that is even a frustrating thing for us mums right now. Where are the fish in the sea? Where are the children that actually do connect in beautifully with my child? And then the same for us. This is why my work is mostly online, because that we are popping up so far from each other, these little mushrooms coming up where we resonate. That's how often we should be actually connecting with people, and it can be a long way away. So that's why our children right now who don't have friends, they're sitting ducks, they're waiting, and trust that it's going to happen. That's why the internet's a beautiful thing. Let them do their gaming, whatever they need to do to start to find their matches and however it will play out, but trust that they're okay. Talk to them. Are you okay? Are you lonely? And you need to keep on doing that to really hold that space of, I'm open to whatever answer you've got, as well as putting out there, I've realized, you know what, we've all been taught that it's a bad thing to not have friends and to spend a lot of time by yourself. But actually, I might be coming to that too. How do you feel about spending lots of time by yourself and giving them that open diary to be able to talk it all through in their experience? Okay, I'm going to hop off. This is at my shop, heidihosking.com/shop. You can read the back of the book there in the description. Please let me know any comments about these videos. Please let me know if there's any other pathologized label diagnosis thing we see wrong about our child that you'd like me to do a video on and going the new way. I'd be happy to do that. I've got a list more, but please do look at my other videos that I've got. I'll be putting them in a playlist. And of course, take a look at my channel, and please do spread the word on these videos as well, because it's really important. No one is talking about this enough to actually stop putting our energy onto our children and giving another generation shit to have to deal with, to have to peel back as we go. Bye, see ya.